our acrylic paint pouring paintings. We're using the January 2020 Craft and Style subscription box. That's by Pop Shop America, and I'm the founder, Brittany Bly. So if you're a box subscriber, you're going to receive your acrylic paint pouring medium, your acrylic paint. We've already mixed those together. You can watch that video right here. But now we're moving on to making the paintings themselves. So I've got my acrylic paint pouring medium in front of me. I've got my canvas right here. And I'm working inside of this clear bin so you can see all of the steps, everything I'm doing along the way. But if you're working on this at home, you can use just a regular cardboard box, really just anything that you feel comfortable working inside of that as you pour the acrylic paint can capture that paint so that you don't end up with paint on your table or wherever you're working. So this mixture is half Floetrol and half acrylic paint. I added a tiny drop of silicone into each one. Optionally, you can add a small amount of water or a small amount of rubbing alcohol, or both. And the first pouring technique that I'm going to do is called a Dutch pour. So let's get started. So I'm basically just kind of pouring this all over the canvas and kind of get this moving around a little bit. And then again, I'm going to do a Dutch pour, but I'm just doing the Dutch pour in these beautiful colors that I created. So this isn't very fast moving pouring medium, but that's okay. So with this is about as thick as I would want it. And for anybody else, you might want to add a little bit of water or a little bit of rubbing alcohol to thin it out a little bit more. And a Dutch pour is when we just add a few colors to the center right on top of each other, and then we're just going to physically move them. And sometimes I have to lean it back to me, and I'm sorry that you can't see that as well, but I am going to spend lots of time pouring it towards you guys. We're already seeing a few little cells pop out. And then you can just let it all drip off whenever you're ready. Once you feel happy with the composition and the way that everything is mixed together, so we've made our first acrylic paint pouring painting, but we're going to make some more for you guys. We've got a new canvas ready to go, and we're going to try a new technique for this acrylic paint pouring. This time I'm going to use a flip cup method. That's my favorite because it reminds me of a college drinking game, which I've never played before, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these different colors of paint and I'm going to layer them into the same cup. So I've got my white right here. This one has the least amount, so I'm going to fill that one. So all I'm going to do is just pour the paint into it. And again, with another color, this is my surf blue. And last, with my turquoise or teal, all the way to the top, I'm going to add a couple more drops of silicone because I love it so much. Just a couple more drops. And now we're going to flip this cup right on into the painting, right into the center. And that already released everything, so what I could have done is I could have like smashed it in there and then held it in place for a few seconds and then lifted the cup up. But sometimes you can get the motion just by flipping it like that. So with the flip cup that we've got here, we've already got some really beautiful cells going on. It's greatly enhanced by the silicone that we added. You can definitely change those cells by the way that you move the paint, the way that you tilt the canvas. But I really want to show you guys how to move the canvas back and forth, how to tilt it with your hands. So we're really letting gravity do a little bit more of the work than what you would need to do at home, because you can let this be nice and still and see what those cells do on their own. Now, because I have so much paint that has flowed off the sides of this canvas, I am going to want to lift it up away from that paint to let it dry. Now that we have our finished acrylic paint pouring painting, I'm going to let this dry for 24 hours. It's going to dry a little bit slower than a normal acrylic painting, so I'm going to set this away and just let it do its thing. And now you can see what it looks like finished now that it's dry. So take a look at how the cells have really developed over time. That's something that always happens as these acrylic paint pouring paintings settle and as they dry. It's really incredible how they change. I hope you loved making these acrylic paint pouring paintings. If you want to make them for yourself and you don't have the January 2020 Craft and Style box, make sure you go to Pop Shop America, look for Craft and Style. That's our monthly subscription box full of cool craft supplies every single month. If you want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. My name is Brittany Bly from Pop Shop America, and happy crafting.